Relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of a polynomial. This is the types of polynomial. Here, the general form of the polynomial, number of zeros, and the relationship between the zeros. The first one is linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 1, it is said to be linear polynomial. Then the linear polynomial general form is ax plus b, where a not equal to 0. So the linear polynomial number of zeros are 1, and the relationship between the zeros are so x equal to minus b by a. So what is b here? This is a constant term. So minus constant term by coefficient of x. The second type of polynomial is quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. The degree of the polynomial is 2. It is said to be quadratic polynomial. The general form of the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. General form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, and where a is not equal to 0. So the number of zeros of a quadratic polynomial are 2. So the relationship between the zeros of the quadratic polynomial are first sum of zeros. Sum of zeros. Sum of zeros is alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Here b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Now product of zeros. The product of zeros. The relation of the coefficients and the product of zeros are equal to c by a. C is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x square, which means the constant term by the coefficient of x square. X square. This is the relation between the zeros of quadratic polynomial and its coefficients. So sum of 0 should be minus b by a, and the product of 0 should be c by a. The third type of polynomial is cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. The general form of the cubic polynomial is ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d. So number of zeros for the cubic polynomial are 3. So what is the relation between the zeros and coefficients of the cubic polynomial? Now sum of zeros, the sum of zeros is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a. So in this cubic polynomial, what is b? Coefficient of x square, and a is the coefficient of x cube. So minus coefficient of x square by coefficient of x cube. Next, the sum of the product of the zeros taken 2 at a time. Sum of product of zeros taken at a time, which is alpha times beta plus beta times gamma plus gamma times alpha is equal to minus c by a. So what is c by a? C by a represents, c is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x cube. Coefficient of x by coefficient of x cube. Next, the product of zeros, which is product of zeros is alpha times beta times gamma equal to minus d by a. So d is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x cube by minus constant term by coefficient of x cube. X cube. This is the relationship between the zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. In the linear polynomial, in the quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. Thank you.